computer. Hey, everyone. So yeah, this is our capstone presentations. 15 weeks of all the stuff has been leading up to this. I am super excited to have everyone here, and I don't have my spreadsheet up in front of me here. Yeah, it's been a while, right? Just getting it all together. So yeah, so we're just going to go ahead and do like 5 minutes each. I think most people have gotten their walkthroughs recorded and everything, so everything should go relatively smooth. And if not, we'll work it out. It's all good. So without further ado, let me pull up the list of everyone here. Yeah, awesome. So we're just going to go down the list in alphabetical order. And yeah, let's start off with Charlie. Show us what you got with your cardio calendar.
First again.
Yeah.
Cool. I have a video, so oh, you are, it's not letting me screen share.
Let me make sure we can do this. There you go. Should be good now.
Can you all see? Yeah? All right, cool.
Hey there, everybody. I'm Charlie Jarvis, and this is my Flatiron School final project. So what I wanted to build was, I wanted to build a fitness tracker app based around like cardiovascular exercise, running, biking, that kind of stuff. So basically, I wanted to have something I could bring some statistics about the workout and have something to track them that would be persistent, not just like wipe on my ball, which is what I was using before. So I came up with this idea. So I wanted to implement a calendar on it. So I used the React full calendar library, which was interesting to work with, something new. So yeah, just go ahead and dive on it. So the landing page will bring you to a login screen. We don't want to log in, we're going to create a new user. So we're going to sign up, we're going to say Bill, create a little password, we're going to sign up. And so the landing card, the home page is going to be your calendar. There would be events here, but Bill's a user, so there, he doesn't have any events. So let's go ahead and one use this little activity button. I'm going to say we want that. We're going to say bike ride, and oh, it doesn't know any calendar receiver. Luckily, one of the features of this app is a calorie calculator, so you can come over here, say Bill went for bike ride, it was 50 minutes, and Bill weighs 100 pounds. So calculate it, and we can get our answer down here. So now we have this information. Or we can just, calculate some more C, some theoretical stuff. But if we add a new event, it takes the information, just put it in, brings it right up here to this new activity screen, which is nice because we have 8 miles and 8 stars, and submit. And then shows up on our calendar. We can click on it and give us our details for the day. It's going to show us each of our individual sessions and totals for the day. Let's go back to our calendar. And let's add another activity. So we're going to add the same thing on the same day. We can say go on another bike ride. It's time to burn 600 calories. We went for 9 miles, and the exercise time is, we'll call it 45 minutes and 7 stars. And yeah, so it actually didn't create another event on the calendar, but that's by design because we want things to live under just the one event. So we click on this event and we see that both of those sessions are there and the daily totals have been incremented as well. So we can go back to our calendar and we can say the next day, Bill went on a run that was about 800 calories. He went for 6 miles and 55 minutes, and it was a pretty decent time. So submit this here, and we can see that it puts it on the calendar and auto increments our streak. So we can this, and it will show us some details from that day, and we can also go to personal best, which is another cool feature. So you can track the personal best that you had by exercise time. So let's bias here. So we're going to say that we're going to see what Bill's longest bike ride was. And it's going to tell us that on Sunday, Bill went for 9 miles. But let's say that Bill wants to see what his most calories he burned instead. So we click on this and it pulls up the record for the longest calories, or for the most calories. And we can go ahead and go back to our home page and next say this was a lie. I didn't do this. So let's go ahead and delete this. It'll delete it there, go back to the calendar, takes it right off the page. And that was pretty much the core of the app. You know, the calendar is fully functional, goes back, I don't know, wherever you want, takes you back to today. You can log out, and that's about it. I would say the biggest challenges I faced were working with the calendar library, something new, also really interesting to work with 8 times as data type, just didn't really cover that much in the curriculum. It was a little frustrating at times, but you know, kind of the way to do it. I want to do something a little bit different than my other projects, and overall, I'm pretty happy with how this thing turned out. There's stuff I would have done had I had more time, but I think it's a pretty good place. Thanks for watching.
That's it.
Unmute and clap. Awesome. Yeah, a little bit quiet, but looks great. Calendaring is always a monster.
Yeah.
If it looks like you have it hosted, if you have it hosted and you're presenting, drop the link for the hosted version in chat so folks can check it out, and we can have the link for posterity. Yeah, awesome. Anything else you want to say about that, or anyone have any questions?
I have a question, actually.
Hey, what's up?
I really liked the search where you could find out like what was your highest calorie burned and everything like that. How did you do that to have like
so I had my table set up in what was actually an incredibly stupid way, and it really kind of burned me about halfway through, but I was already like a week and a half in. So basically I had to like take all of the events on the back end and order them by whatever you wanted and then send it to the front end. And then I had to like filter it by user there, but because they weren't directly, it was weird. They weren't like directly attached to a user. So I had some issues with that, but basically it sent all the events from the back end and then ordered them by the user on the front end.
Cool.
Awesome. Cool. Other questions or anything else you want to say about your project? Excellent. Sounds great. Good stuff. Awesome. And next up, we have Chris Babb with, I think you're doing the travel insurance CRM. Is that right?
Yeah, awesome. Well, it's more of a front-end sales platform with a little bit of back-end.
Awesome.
Okay, so let me get my screen sharing going here. And it is awesome because it's awesome travel insurance. That's right. Okay, so I decided to kind of build out almost a full web page just to kind of show my ability to work with the Bootstrap libraries and layout UI platforms. I think I started making it really pretty at first and didn't realize that it was going to take so much time. But so I put this together, and here we'll just start a quote.
3:30.
So I think some people have their mics on. I can hear people mumbling. Sorry. Okay, so we'll start with the daily quote. We'll choose a few travelers here. So it picks out ages. There is logic that goes behind these things. Like your first traveler can't be under the age of 18 because it needs one adult. So it forces that age. So we'll go 30, and then we could like put kids in or whatever. And then we'll put like somebody that's super old. Okay, so I worked a lot with the date picker library. and it has some cool stuff where you can put in like date ranges so I was able to do like date ranges for travel, choose your country, and then you get your quick quote. So this quick quote actually feeds in through the back end, puts those details from the first page in through Ruby, and comes up with calculations based off of what you chose for your plan and all that stuff. So we'll continue to purchase. Now we have to enter in our information. So we'll put in, sure, Mark. Let's see, I have a email set up because I actually have emails going through too. And we'll pick a date of birth for the first person. And it's supposed to recalculate. I didn't get a chance to really set that up because I actually ended up getting sick about halfway through this project and lost about a week, which was terrible. So yeah, you gotta wait until I enter in everything. And we'll do some city in a random state here. We'll go California. And then we'll go to travelers. Oh, and one thing is you can go back and forth between screens, and there is field validation on everything. So if you try to continue on and you don't have your information entered, it does alert you. Okay, so we'll put them. What was Ganji? Was the Lord of the Rings? I don't know how you spelled his name, but we'll go 1993. I'm sure he's way older than that, but oh, Vagons. We'll make him old. Oh, and there is a limit on how old they can be. They can only be 84 or younger. It was a limitation on the travel insurance company that I worked for. So I added those constraints in, and I know that I need a little bit of distance between the header there. I noticed it at the last minute, but didn't get a chance to fix it. All right, so name on card. Choose an expiration date. This only allows future dates, and it only allows months and days, or months and years, which is kind of cool. And then zip. So we'll complete our purchase. So what this does is it actually creates everything in the Ruby backend, attaches the sale and attaches a policy, attaches additional travelers as well. And you'll actually get an email. Thank you for your purchase. And it tells you how to log in, which is it automatically creates a user and uses their their email address as their username, and their password is their policy number. So we could actually log in, but you don't have to at first because it automatically logs you in. So you can go back inside and you can look into your user account. It tells you what purchases that you have. If you have multiple purchases, which I haven't put into place yet, it should list them out, but that's a pretty simple thing to add at this point. And you can log out, of course, and you could log back in when you want to. Logging out takes you out of your customer portal. There's also an admin user, which I set myself up as. So now we're in as a super admin, and you can go to the admin panel, which shows all the people that are in the system. This was actually one of the last things that I was working on, and I was trying to do column sorting and pagination and all these great things, but I didn't get a chance to do it. I was like 80% there, and it was just so riddled with bugs. I was running out of time, so I scrapped a lot of it and just kept the table. But you can search through the table, so we'll search for Mark. And then if you click on any line item, it brings up the details for that line item. And then you can just kind of go back and forth between the two, and eventually you'll be able to like export CSV and update some details inside of here, maybe refund sales just in case they accidentally made a purchase or something. But we'll just log out of there, and that's pretty much it.
Awesome. That's great. Good stuff. Unmute and clap. Cool. What did you use for the email backend?
Email.js.
Nice. Nice.
So it was the easiest thing to implement that I found. It was just a couple of simple lines of code. I had some bugs and issues with it, but I found out I was using the wrong hook. So that caused a lot of problems. But once I got it down, it was pretty easy to deal with. And plus it was free. So
yeah, always the best. Yeah, if that's hosted, drop the URL in chat. Otherwise, other questions or anything else you want to say about it?
no, I'm good, but
Ooh, good stuff. Sweet. Let's move on to our other Chris. And we got a chat application, is that right?
Yes, I'm going to share this video. It was definitely like my first pass. If the sound isn't very good, I'll probably just do it live. Let's see here.
Go for it.
Can you guys hear it?
I don't hear anything.
Okay, I'm just gonna do this. So I'll do it live, and hopefully there's no bugs. I probably shouldn't have played around with it after. But I want to hold up the class. So I made a chat application. I wanted to do something completely different. So basically the goal was to make a Slack clone. And so, yeah, so you can sign in. And this is what the application actually looks like. And then if you go over to another window, let's say you don't have, let's say you don't have a account yet. You can make one and it takes you to the login. And I built this with WebSockets, and the WebSocket library or framework in Ruby is called action cables. So I set this whole thing up with action cables. The chat is live over action cable functionality to basically, so you get the message instantly, but it does all the post and all the backend stuff asynchronously, so you don't have to wait on the messages coming through. So let's see here. You can make a room, and then the room actually will show up on the other page. And then if you type a message and you come back, it's instantaneous. And I don't know, I think it would just be up to like whatever server this is running on with how many people could actually join. And that functionality pretty much took me like the whole time. So it saves all the messages for each room, all the different people. The message actually contains a lot of information. So I can put date, all the times, all that different stuff. Like all these are set up for buttons. And then I don't have like the profile page done yet, but you know. But yeah, so the next step for this is going to be continuing the functionality to be like Slack, where you would basically be able to reply to this thread and you would have like a whole other message component go up. And I built this, I spent a lot of time on the code. So like I had a lot of fun with JavaScript, and I built my own custom API directories. So I can actually just call these methods on this API object that I made, and I never have to write any requests again. And I can put these anywhere. And the same with like auth. I made custom hooks for auth. And you can call these methods throughout. So instead of like storing your your auth in the front end. I use JWT on the back end at local storage, but instead of storing it in state and passing that state around, you can actually just call the useauth.getUser or is logged in, and so on and so forth, or whatever you wanted to do. Like say you even wanted to pull the username or user information at any point anywhere in your app, you can actually just call these methods, and you just import them like anything else. So, you know, use auth. And then the action cable side was a pain setting up, but it's actually not too crazy. Like there's not too much to it. It's just a new model, where you have, we've been working with like the controllers and the models, and you make a request and then your controller handles it, so on and so forth. This is a channel. So a user would subscribe to a channel, and that's what these rooms are. So they are subscribing to a room as part of the room channel. And then when you send a message, it actually broadcasts that message or streams the message from that channel to all the subscribers. So I have like a Boolean that can turn a room private, and then you can invite people and things like that. So definitely learned a lot from doing this and kind of veering off of the Flatiron rails. But in the end, I'm really glad that I went with this, and I'm definitely going to continue working on this one. So yeah,
Awesome.
that's my project.
Good stuff. Cool. Questions? Intimidating. Yeah. Yeah. Sockets is a whole nother world.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Great stuff. Cool. Next up is Joey, building issue tracker. Oh yeah. Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me pull it up. I did it on Loom as well. So if there's some audio issues, let me know. Okay. Can you guys see? Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Joey Faris, and today I'm going to be walking. I don't know why I can't make this full screen. It's weird. Be walking through my phase 5 capstone project. My project is called Suite Management, and essentially it's a landlord-tenant platform primarily used by tenants. The tenants are going to be the users navigating through the site. I wanted to create. Shoot. 1 second. Let's make this full screen. I don't know why it's popping that up. Let me make it full screen first. Sorry. Okay, here we go. Hi, everyone. My name is Joey Faris, and today I'm going to be walking through my phase 5 capstone project. My project is called Suite Management, and essentially it's a landlord-tenant platform primarily used by tenants. The tenants are going to be the users navigating through the site. I wanted to create this platform because when I was in brokerage, there was always a gap between landlord and tenant communication. So I wanted a space where tenants can access all of the information. They can pay rent, they can submit maintenance requests, and they can contact their landlord. So I created this. So this is the login page. We can also create an account through here. But today we're just going to go through an account that's already created because it already has all of the data associated. So logging in, it authenticates you, it takes you to the home page. And this is the home page. At the top, we have today's date. and then it'll say, welcome back, Sean Mitchell, who in this case is the user, and then quick links to get around the site. Below that's recent business news. My thought behind this was just that if you're an employee working and accessing this site, you're probably going to be interested in what's going on with other companies and what's going on in the market. So I pulled this from a third-party news API. You just have the title image here, the title, description, author, and then you can click and go to each source if you want to. And then you have the sidebar here, title, all of your tabs here, and then a logout form down below. This is also collapsible. I made this with Tailwind CSS. After it collapses, you can hover over each icon and it will tell you which page the icon will take you to if you click it. And then once you expand it, cool little animation where all of the titles come back as well. So that's the home page. If we want to go to payments and balances, so each user has their own associated lease table on the back end. And this is a breakdown of their lease agreements by month. So for this particular person, Sean Mitchell, they have a base rent of around $4,000. Their triple net expenses around $450. Then electric and gas between $100 and $150. Then you have the total right here, and then the form down below where you can type in all of your information and pay rent. This isn't fully processable yet. I was planning on integrating the Stripe API in order to make it processable, but I haven't gone to that just yet. So this is the lease and addendums page. When I was working in real estate, a lot of the times tenants would sign a lease and then a year later they would lose it. They wouldn't have access to it. So I wanted to make a page where they have access to it. So each user will have their own PDF. You can click the link to take you to that PDF. Right now, I just have the standard empty lease right here. And then you can also choose a file, upload another PDF if you want it to, and then click upload, and then whatever you uploaded will populate right here. So that's the lease and addendums page, and then maintenance requests. So this is my whole thought process behind this is that if you're a tenant in a high-rise office building and you need to make a request to the landlord, you can post that request on a maintenance board here, and you can see other people's posts as well. So for this person, the problem was the elevators. The south entrance elevator 2 was not working. And this, you can see who this was posted by. So each user can also post something that they want. Let's say the window is broken on one of the floors. You can click submit, and then it will show up down below. For each card, you are able to delete your post, but you're not able to complete other people's posts. When I click here, nothing happens, but when I click on Windows, it takes a second and then it will delete. So yeah, that's the maintenance form. And then the final page is just the contact page with some contact information, and then you can fill out a form and submit an inquiry to the back end. And I think that's pretty much it. Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Joey Faris, and today I'm going to be walking through my phase 5.
Sweet. Good stuff. There's a lot of stuff in there, man. Yeah, if you have that hosted, drop the link. Otherwise, anything else you want to talk about with that, or anyone have any questions?
I have a question. Did you get the Google login working?
No, I didn't.
I wanted to do that on mine too.
What kind of troubles were you running with it up against with it?
I did run into a lot of trouble logging in with the sessions because I didn't really deal with any of that in my other projects. So logging in with sessions, and then when I had to post information, I had to like carry it over into all the other components. And I ran into a lot of problems with all that stuff.
Cool. Other questions? All right, looks great. Good stuff. Next up, we have Kota, I believe, with Globalfly Music.
Yeah. Yeah, I also did mine through Loom. So yeah, if the sound is off, I could just do it myself, but hopefully it works.
Not hearing anything on this end.
The sound's not going through. Okay. I can just do it live then. I don't know if the background noise is loud because I'm in a library, but should be. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah, I think when you share, you can choose to share the sound. See if that works.
Oh, for the
You have to say do that explicitly. Yeah.
share the sound.
When you hit the screen button.
So I'll just redo it. Oh, share sound. Okay. See that. Hey guys, how's it going? This is Kota, and this is my Flatiron final capstone project. So my application is called Globalfly, and it says listen to music from around the world, anywhere, anytime. So my idea was that if you're trying to listen to music, you want to see what people from around the world are listening to, and you kind of want to share your music with people from around the world, this was the application to solve that problem. So here we have a banner up here talking about how many users. Obviously, this is all fake data, but we have 16 users currently who have posted 3,004 songs. This is a cool 3D globe using React 3 Fiber. Kind of spins around and it rotates by itself. That's about it. So yeah, if you want to create an account, it's at the bottom, but I kind of like this cool scroll motion. So you can create a free account today, and we could just create a. It had some validations as well, so you can't leave it blank. Let's do purple. It has to be capital letter. It has to have a number. This username's already been taken. But yeah, there's some validation. So Coda 2000. You try to remember that. Coda 2000. And there's some. I get it wrong here. I have to input something as well. There's some validations for that as well. This is kind of a slideshow of what is in store next. Just a few cool pictures. That's something I would want to work on as well. Kind of like the data display on the map. I thought that if it would look cooler like these pictures, that would be awesome. And so yeah, so you can log in with your credentials like this. Oh wait. I actually forgot the password. So let me just go back and let's just do. Was it? I don't remember. But that's embarrassing. So yeah, once you log in, it'll take you to the map, and it takes a while because there's about 3,000 data points that are being fetched from the back end to the front end. So the max I've tried is with 10,000 data points, and that took about a minute and a half. So I'm not sure how to optimize that, or I haven't looked into that, but basically this data visualization with these scatter points is using deckgl, which is a kind of a library that builds upon map library. So this is using Google Maps and that deckgl, because the Google Maps itself makes it kind of hard to render too many points. So I wanted to make it as realistic as possible to see how many songs I could put. It's kind of a map. Right now it's focused in the US, but obviously you could post from anywhere in the world. So the home button right now just takes you to the US because that's what I wanted to focus on. Here's a find my location, so kind of spinner icon because it takes a while. It really depends. Sometimes it's quick, sometimes it takes a while, but this is the location I am currently. Kind of in this area. I think I posted a song a minute ago, and then so yeah, there's a find my location with a spinner. There's also a shuffle button, so it will just shuffle you through to, I mean, I have no idea where this is, but if we zoom out a little bit, still don't. Okay, that is in Mexico. So, imaginary user posted in Mexico. So you can kind of shuffle, if there's so many points, you just want to see a random song from a random location. That's kind of your best bet. You can also look. So I have some data points in New York. So, why is this? Okay. So here we're in Manhattan, and people in Manhattan are listening to Creedence Clearwater Revival apparently. So this is actually one of my favorite songs. But yeah, you can search wherever you want. I'm from Dallas. You can look up Dallas. I don't. Might not be any data points, but and then like obviously the main feature that a user can do is actually post a song. So let's just look up Queen, Bohemian Rhapsody or Don't Stop Me Now. This uses the Spotify API to like give you a list of songs based on search. You can look up the song name or the artist, and then once you do that, here we go. This is exactly kind of where I'm in. Let me move my face a little bit. But here we can play our song. I don't think it's gonna play, but oh, it does. I don't know if you guys can. But yeah, you can play the song. This app right now is a little bit stretched down, which I didn't account for. So this is usually a little bigger and fills up the bottom left, but kind of get the idea. And then there's also a my songs. So this is just a song we just posted together, and if we were to add more songs, you'll get it'll make a list of all the songs, and then you can kind of click around it and kind of explore the songs that you've made from, if you're traveling around wherever you're going. So I think that's pretty cool. If you go back to the home page, you can't no longer log in. It kind of just says welcome, your username. And if you log out, you're just back to the original page. You can create an account, or you can go log in. And if you're logged out, you can still see the map. Obviously, you can still see other people's. Um, that's my presentation, and thank you guys for listening.
Cool. That looks amazing, man. Super great. What did you say you were using for styling there?
I use Bootstrap.
Cool. Nice. Yeah, map stuff is always super impressive looking. Cool. Anything else you want to talk about with that, or any questions folks have?
Yeah, I use the Google Maps API. And then yeah, I was looking at with the DeckGL thing. That's like what I think I could do a lot more, because there's a lot of cool data visualizations they have with that. It's like a library that's like created and kept up with by Uber, and they have a lot of cool visual, like they have like 3D stuff that I could do too. But like it actually is focused more on a different map called Mapbox, which I never got to because I already started with Google Maps. But maybe if I switch to that, like there could be a lot more I could do with that. But I had already done Google Maps like week 2, so I was like, I'm not switching what map I'm doing. But I think that's what I could do, and like there seems to be so many cool things I can do with that. So yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Cool. Other questions? All right, good stuff. Let's see. Lauren is up next with Teachers Who Share.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, let me share my subtitles Loom video. Okay. I'm going to turn off my video just so that. Okay, can you guys see this? Let me know if you can hear it also. Hi, my name is Lauren. I'm going to be sharing with you my capstone project that I have been working on for the past couple of weeks for the Flatiron School Software Engineering program. My app was built using React.js as well as Tailwind CSS for styling and Ruby on Rails for the backend. So my app was designed for teachers to come and search for resources that they need for their classroom, because I know as a previous teacher myself that it takes a lot of time to find resources that you need quickly, especially when you don't have that time and don't want to reinvent the wheel every time you do something for your class. So this is designed for teachers to come and share the resources that they previously have made or have or used, and you can save your resources to a profile. You can share your resource using a form, as well as browse the resource in the catalog. So let's get started. You can come to my website and you're going to sign in using your username and your password. And if you don't have an account, you can hit the sign up button and it will take you to the create a user login page. And I used this sign in page using frame of motion ring animation for that effect. And I also used password protection using JWT tokens, as well as authentication and authorization. So I've already created an account, and so I'm going to go back to sign in. All my information is here. And once I hit sign in, it is going to authorize me to enter the website here. So I come onto the home page, and as you can see, I have navigation up at the top here with my nav bar. And I have my home page here that allows you to either start browsing or to share a resource. So let's get started by start to browse. And once you come up here, you're able to filter your search with the data that I've seeded in the database. Then it will pop.
We lost you there for a second.
Oh no, it stopped. Sorry guys, 1 second. Okay, hold on. I think it just stopped working for a second there. Okay, if this doesn't work, I'll just do it live maybe. Hi, my name is Lauren. Okay, let's try that one more time. come up here, you're able to filter your search with the data that I've seeded in the database, and it will populate here in these cards that I've styled using tail and CSS. So you can filter by title, grade, or subject that you're looking for. So say you're looking for some math activities, you simply type it in here and it will search for those activities. And so let's choose one, maybe we'll choose this one. And we're gonna go to see details. It's going to redirect you to the detailed page of this particular resource using its ID. And it's going to populate a preview of what is in this PDF package. It's going to have your description here, what's included, the supplies that you need. I have an Amazon link for that. You have your ratings, your subject, and the reviews that it has. Now, if you want to download this resource, you can simply hit download and it will download to your computer. Or you can hit Save Resource, which will make a post request to the backend and will save to your user profile. Saved items. This is your user
Lauren,
profile where you have
super
saved
sorry to
the
interrupt
items
you,
from.
Your screen is frozen. It's still on the home, the login page. I don't know about anybody else, but I didn't see anything from that last one.
I think the audio is going, but the video is not.
Yeah, we might just be looking at the wrong screen, Lauren, I think.
Weird. Okay, hold on. So you guys weren't seeing any of that?
We were just stuck on the login screen.
Oh, okay, that's fun. Okay, I'm just gonna do it. I'll just do it live then. Sorry. Okay, you can see my login page right now, right?
Yep,
yeah,
looks good.
Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so you log in and it pops up to my home page here. So you have your nav bar up at the top. I've got a little footer with some extra information down here. So did you hear anything in that video at all about explaining what it was? Okay, so this is a teacher resource sharing website. And so we can go and start browsing. And so here is populated all the data in these cards that I use with Tailwind CSS. And you can filter by subject. So we'll just do math. We'll go over here to see details and it will pull up the details page for that resource. So you have a preview of what's in the PDF file and all the information for that certain card. And you can save a resource here by clicking saved and it will create a post request in the backend and post that to the user's profile. I didn't get to this part where if you hit download, you could download it to your local machine, but that was a stretch goal for me. And then once you save, you can go back to the catalog. You can continue searching if you'd like, but then the user can go to their saved items profile and look at what they've saved. And if you don't want it, you can always delete it. That will create a delete request as well. If you have a resource that you would like to share, it brings you up to this form here. And I can just fill it out really quick. So maybe we'll have phoneme segmentation. We'll choose literacy for grade 3. And then I have a image link here. Type in how many reviews. Let's do 4. And then our description, we can just say. So once you hit this shared button here, it's going to send that information, post it into the back end. You can go back to the catalog and we will see our phoneme seg right here. I did it before, so there's going to be replications right here, but I can delete that in Postman. And yeah, then I have a little about page here, just about me, with some of my personal links here. And that's pretty much it for my Teachers Who Shared project.
Amazing, good stuff. Yeah, it looks really great. Awesome. Yeah, technical difficulties. Yeah, good stuff. Love it. Cool. Anything else you wanted to say about it, or do anyone else have questions? Does anyone else have questions?
I have a quick question, but I'm pretty sure I know the answer. Did you make all of like the logos and like the visual aids and stuff? Did you make all those on Canva?
Yeah, I did. I use Canva like all the time. So just to design my own logos and like all the other things, yeah, that was all Canva.
Cool. Looks good.
Thank you.
Cool, fun stuff with that. Awesome. Other questions? Sweet. Getting down there. We're at Shippy with tattoo raffles.
Cool. I'm gonna attempt to also do the video, and if there's any issues, just let me know and I can try to walk through. My name is Shippy. I'm a software engineering student here at the Flatiron School, and I'm here to show off my Capstone project. This is going to be an application where users are able to come into our website and they'll be able to purchase tickets for a raffle for tattoo artists. And the idea is that we would partner with different tattoo artists, and basically you can use your raffle tickets to skip the line, so to speak, so you don't have to wait as long to get a tattoo from somebody who you might really be looking for a tattoo from. So let's jump in. And the first thing you'll notice is when you come into our homepage, you kind of take a look at our different artists that we have set up, and they have all of their accounts kind of linked, their Instagrams, so Twitter, whatever other social medias. If you want to come take a look at some of the things that they've created, maybe you want to watch a YouTube video of them doing something, all that information will be available, assuming they have it. And if not, that's not going to show up on the page. Then from here, you can kind of come check out the prizes and you can get a little bit of information on them. It's a 4-hour tattoo session. And then the last thing you'll be able to do is purchase the raffle tickets. If you are not signed in, when you try to click on one of these, it's just going to redirect you to the sign-in page, or the sign-up page rather, so that you can create an account. And then once you're logged in, you'll be able to do that. I have a login that we're going to log in with, and I also have an admin login, so I'm going to have some special privileges that you wouldn't see if you were just a regular user of the page. The first thing that you'll notice is that we have this Add Artist tab. So we can really quickly go ahead and add in a artist here. I think that's it. And then you'll notice that we've added this person to the page. And similarly, when we went into this form, we only added an Instagram, but there are other links for other things to be added. And if you add those, they will show up on the page. And if you don't, they won't. This particular artist also does not have a prize or a raffle associated with them yet, so that will not show up here, and there would be a different place to edit that. So for now, we can go ahead and remove this artist, and he will no longer render to the page. So now, once you are logged in and you're able to come to this page, you can click on these, and we'll be redirected to a Stripe checkout session. And basically, we can go through this process. This is just a fake Stripe card that we just need to load for any data in the future, any number, any name, and code. And then once we complete this process, it'll redirect us back to our page and show that the payment for the process is complete. I did have a couple of issues with getting the payment process finalized, so I'm not able to show exactly what was bought yet, and that is what I will be working on when I finish school here in a couple of days. So from here, you get redirected to your user profile. You can go back to checking out the available prizes, or you can go back and manage your account if you want. The last kind of thing that I have as an admin is I can edit artist info. Say they created a Twitter and they didn't initially have one, we could add that in. And we can update the information for the prize. If we wanted to change the closing date to extend it into the future, we want to change the details or the description, we can do all that here. And the reason for that, if you check out this About Us section, is that there's 2 people signed for this project. One of them is me, who is the software engineer behind it. But then I also built this for my friend Andrew, and I wanted him to have all the functionality that he needed so that if I'm not around, he can add artists, update them, edit the price structure, whatever he wanted to do, so that he would be able to work on this kind of hands off if I'm unavailable. And that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Take care.
Amazing. That looks super good.
Obviously, like the big takeaway for me is that working with the Stripe API was very difficult, and their documentation is good, but like some of the stuff's very unclear. I got through the problem I was having yesterday, so now I can like receive a checkout session success message. So I just need to route it the rest of the way through back to the front end. So I should be able to get it done.
What did you have to do to resolve that?
I had used a, I think it was Figaro gem to like handle my .env files and retrieve things. And what was happening is I had a typo in that file, so it was pulling it in weird. But I just didn't notice it because the object that I was getting back from Stripe was like a full page long, and it was just in the middle of that. And it just had like an equal sign in front of it. So it looked like it was supposed to be there. So I when I was trying to go through debugging, I just was like, well, maybe this key's wrong. And so I just loaded the key into the file directly, and that worked. But that's obviously a terrible way to do it, and I wouldn't want to upload it that way. So just have to figure that out.
Awesome. Cool. Sweet. Any other questions? Yeah, great stuff. All right, let's bring it home with Victoria's weather for real.
Okay, I also have a Loom video, so I'm gonna try. Please alert me if you're not seeing anything or hearing anything. Share sound. I see what you're talking about. Okay. All right, can we see the screen? Yes, okay. Now let's see if we can listen to it too. Okay, hello and welcome to my demo of my Flatiron School Capstone project, Weather for Real. The idea for this app came about when having many conversations with friends and family about the weather and the forecast and what it actually was like where we are. This app provides its users weather data in real time, as well as a social feed of what is really happening in a given area. So let's get started. When arriving to the home page, if location services are permitted by the user, weather data will be displayed for their location. If not, a user is prompted to use the search bar to find their location of interest. If our users have posted in this location, you will see user posts displayed here in a post feed. And as you can see, my location, Seattle, Washington, does have several posts. And you can see our current weather report as well as a 5-day forecast. Non-logged in users are not able to leave comments. So when they do click the comment bubble, it does say login to add a comment. We can also toggle between Celsius and Fahrenheit, as well as from miles per hour to kilometers per hour for wind speed. You'll notice also that toggling from Celsius and Fahrenheit does also affect the 5-day forecast as well. Users with accounts have more access to site features, so let's navigate to the login. On the login screen, you'll see a link to the sign up page below if you do not have an account, so let's create one. On the create account page, if a user fails to provide any of the required information, they will see error messages, so let's demo that. Great, tons of errors. So let's go ahead and create a new user. And as you can see, it's prompting me to provide a zip or a postal code, and we'll see why in just a moment. When logged in, you'll see that our weather data that displays on the homepage will match that of the default location that the user has submitted when they created their account. So in this case, it's Hoboken, New Jersey, and there's another user that has posted in that location, so we will see it here on the right. Now let's try searching for another location and see what we get. Let's try Warwick, New York. So as you can see, when we select a location, it'll update the weather to that location's specific weather. And we can see here that there is a post. Now that I'm logged in, let's see if we can leave a comment. Okay. And because we are the author of that comment, we do also have the option to delete it. So let's go ahead and click this X button to delete. Now, let's log out and log in as a previously existing user. As you can see, logged in users have the ability to create a new post. So let's go ahead and do that. And by selecting a file, we can use files from our own computer for our images. So let's select this one. And let's keep with Seattle. And as you can see, now our new post appears here at the top of our post feed. All of our post feeds are ordered by most recent post. The logged in user also has access to a page called My Posts, so let's navigate there. So we can see these are all the posts that our logged in user has created. They have the ability to edit and delete these posts as well. So let's see if we can change our caption here of our new post. And we'll save changes. And you can see that our new caption is displaying here. And then we can also delete our post entirely. So if we have a click here, it's gone. And that's weather for real. Thank you for watching this demo video.
Yeah. Yeah. What's going on there?
First go at Loom was fun. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Social feed, super cool. Yeah, lots of great features in there. Anything you want to talk about that wasn't in the video, or any questions folks have?
I guess I'll mention a couple things. I didn't really think in my video to like say, oh, what did I use? But my entire app was used with styled components. There's part of me that was like happy to have done that because I learned a lot. I've learned, you know, Flex and Flexbox is like my favorite. Everything's, you know, it was fun to work with layouts and stuff like that. I definitely learned a lot that way. But would, you know, using a framework have made this look like, you know, a little bit more 2022, maybe. So, but it's certainly something I would like to continue to work on. Also, I had a fun time working with the file upload portion of things because I was using an ability for people to use like their own files. And that I found took me a lot of time was because I was using in Ruby, I was able to use like active storage, and that really only worked in a local setting, but my app is hosted on Heroku. So I had to figure out how to use the AWS S3 bucket storage. So I was able to implement that successfully, and that did take me a while to figure out, and it was quite a learning process to get that going. But there's a lot of things that were a lot of work behind the scenes. But yeah, that's what I have to say about that.
Awesome. Other questions? Cool. Good stuff all around, y'all. Give yourselves a big round of applause. Cool. Any last thoughts or questions from anyone at all about anything here? If you haven't hosted and you haven't posted your URL in the chat, do that, and I'll get them available. Otherwise, last call. Cool. I'm going to stop the recording. Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching.